The Atacama Desert stretches before us like a wound in the planet's skin. A vast silence, a land so dry it has forgotten the meaning of rain. Here, the earth does not soften, it exposes itself. This is one of the oldest deserts on the planet, shaped not by water, but by its absence. For millions of years, moisture has been locked out by towering mountains and cold ocean currents, leaving behind a place where clouds pass overhead without ever breaking. In some valleys, no rain has fallen for centuries. In others, the ground has remained unchanged since before human memory began. The surface looks burned. Salt-crusted plains crack open like shattered glass. Rust-colored ridges rise and collapse into themselves, carved by wind instead of rivers. The soil is so sterile that bacteria struggle to survive. Scientists come here not to study life, but to understand its limits. In places like this, death is the default state. And yet, this desert is not empty. Beneath the blinding sun, microscopic organisms cling to existence inside salt crystals, feeding on trace moisture pulled from the air. Life here hides, waits, adapts. Survival is invisible, quiet, and stubborn. The Atacama teaches a brutal lesson. Life does not need comfort, it needs persistence. The light is unforgiving. At midday, the desert glows white-hot, reflecting the sun with almost no shadow to hide in. Heat ripples distort the horizon, making mountains float and valleys disappear. Distance becomes an illusion. What looks close may take hours to reach. What seems solid dissolves into mirage. At night, everything changes. The temperature drops sharply, and the desert exhales. Above, the sky explodes into stars, thousands of them, unfiltered by humidity or light. The Milky Way spills across the darkness like a scar of light. This is one of the clearest windows into the universe on Earth. Here, astronomers look outward, searching for planets that might resemble this place, worlds where life could be possible or already lost. The paradox is unavoidable. This land is too dead for life, yet essential to understanding it. Too hostile for humans, yet vital to our curiosity. Too quiet, yet screaming with geological history. Volcanic forces once tore through this region, lifting rock from the mantle and scattering it across the surface. Lava cooled into jagged fields of black stone. Minerals crystallized into colors that seem artificial. Greens, reds, yellows, painted across the desert floor. Nothing grows to cover them, nothing erodes them away. Time moves differently here. When rare rain finally comes, sometimes once in a decade, the desert responds with shock. Dormant seeds buried for years burst open all at once. Hillsides bloom briefly, violently, with purple and white flowers. Life appears, flourishes, and vanishes again, as if the desert is reminding the world that it still has control. Animals move cautiously through this landscape. Foxes, lizards, insects, each adapted to extremes, each conserving energy, each surviving on the edge of possibility. They do not conquer the desert, they negotiate with it. The wind never stops. It sculpts stone grain by grain, whispering across salt flats and through narrow canyons. There is no shelter here, no softness, no forgiveness, only endurance. Standing in the Atacama feels like standing at the beginning of the world, or its end. A place stripped of excess, a place that reveals what remains when everything unnecessary is removed. This desert does not invite you in. It does not care if you understand it. It exists as it always has, ancient, indifferent, and absolute. And as the stars burn overhead and the silence presses in, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. On a planet defined by life, this is where Earth shows us how close it can come to being something else entirely.